shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will kick it off to get us underway. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Give to the running back. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Scanning the field, it's Orlando. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Trying to make magic on the scramble. There he goes. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Moves around to clear up the vision. At the 35, he's loose. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack for just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get them flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field, did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack these guys, to use their speed against them.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Orlando. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The give to the tailback. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
Run game is good. Got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity velocity on that one. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions. He just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn leading up to that pick, forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Reads it, fires complete. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. The Longhorns in a good spot here with second and short. Quick release on the RPO. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Dropping back, it's Orlando looking to scramble. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on first down in the red zone.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Wants to go up top. He's got it on the run. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Wants to throw on third. Snags it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn. They're bellowing out Texas fight right now as the Horns are ready after that touchdown drive.
And what a great way to start. Get the crowd jacked up. When you do something good like this early, that burnt orange is going absolutely bananas in the stands. And the rest of the game, the defense, the special team, everybody feeds off their great energy.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Texas A&M is on top right now, but kind of fittingly for the First Lady of Aggie Land, Reveille, this has been a dogfight today. They're up by a field goal over Wisconsin. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. To the ground with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, this defense is setting the tone early. 3 and out on the first drive, and on the first play, the second drive, they get a TFL. They are sending a very clear and distinct message to this offense. They are going to set the tone of this game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Bring in the heat. And he
Well, he's one of the best in the country, and after not getting any sacks a week ago, we knew he was going to be a little frustrated, but he told us this week he wasn't going to try to press. He was just going to go out in this game, be himself, knowing the numbers and the stats would come. He's off to a great start in this game.
Under fire. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Man, that was a drive to forget right there. Like, they wanted to create some space, get out of their own end zone, and maybe flip the field, but that offense got nothing going, and they're going to have to punt from their own end zone.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Just needs a crack to get a return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Sending the offense back onto the field. Always a positive to put up early points, and they'll try to add to this 6-0 edge. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. The give on the counter. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. He wants to change this route. To the air, it's Orlando. Finds the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We played one before we move on. Let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thomas. He rolls all the way down the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And I love the bounce back for this offense. We lost a week ago. Let's put that in the rearview mirror. That game's gone. Let's improve. Let's get better. So far in this first half, they've done just that.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much running room as he'd hoped. He's out of bounds at the 13. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had them. And now the ball's loose in the end zone. And they grab it in the end zone. What a stunningly boneheaded play. You can't make a miracle every time. Don't get sacked for the safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Looking to pass. It's Orlando. Zings it complete to the right. Turning it on. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got some room, head to the goal line, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, they'll just tuck it and run and take off, and by the time all those DBs and defenders have turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Looking for blockers. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Out of the pocket. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Fires into traffic, intercepted.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DB.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Looking to throw, it's Orlando. Snagged out of the air. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. The give to the back. Hard running there. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you could see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, he's been Mr. Dependable early in this game. The first 5 attempts, all complete. Finally, the defense able to force an incompletion when they throw his way. This guy's route running his hands. It's a matchup problem, but the defense finally has something good happen.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Longhorns pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard, 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Trying to burn this defensive back. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all. But no surprise, when you start the game 0 for 4 QB, you've got no points on offense.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Let's go! Let's go!
From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Lots of room to run. The 30, the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. You pull them, you use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae, making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
But we're only in the 1st half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the 2nd quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make them pay for gambling.
Breaks into the open. Got enough for the 1st. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the 2nd level and creating big lanes for this running back.
They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Back to throw, it's Orlando. Finds his big tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
They're working that left side. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns! They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Texas.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. And the returner will be dragged down. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll go to the toss. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Whistle blows, we are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Running to the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Need 10 yards on this 3rd down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And after the punt, that's where they'll mark it, just outside the 30-yard line.
And these punt returners want to make big plays, but man, oh man, did he make a big mistake. Flipping the field position, defense flying in on him, and he did not secure the football in that play.
Back to throw, it's Orlando. Fires to the right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Quickly to the tight end. Makes the grab, and not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. The quarterback doesn't throw it away. Instead, the defense forces a loss.
That is exactly what this defense needed. They have not had a great first half, given up a bunch of touchdowns, but this might get them started. This might get the energy going and maybe rattle the quarterback a little bit with that sack.
Still running at the 40. They pick up the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. They're not just using the running back as check down Charlie in the passing game. They're getting him downfield.
Right, and take my matchups I like. If you're going to play man-to-man, who are you going to put on the running back? If you want to put a linebacker on him, I like my chances, even with safeties. Those guys, listen, they aren't as great as corners in covering, so I like finding matchups and exploiting them.
The Longhorns back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Flushed out of the pocket. There he goes. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They'll immediately call timeout. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, it's Orlando. Now sliding to his left. Got enough space. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused. Made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Running back searching for a hole. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. State offense onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is the time to go out and do it.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
That teams that play cover 1 at an elite level have an elite guy in the middle of the field that he's playing zone, everybody else playing man, and he can cover so much ground. You watch him run, he breaks on the football when he needs to, goes and makes the big interception.
To throw, it's Orlando. Quarterback extends the play. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. It's complete to the left. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
And that's why defenses practice pursuit drills, right? All week long. Pursue, pursue, pursue. The play's never dead. You don't know what ball carriers are going to do. Sometimes they pirouette, they spin out, they try to reverse field, thinking they could be Superman and make a bunch of different guys miss. Not that time, though. Look at the defense and the speed they have. They never give up on the play, and they create a huge loss for this offense.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. He's looking downfield to throw. Buys a little extra time. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2.
And I like that a lot by this defense. Like, understanding this guy's a threat. He's already shown you he will take off and run the football. Treating him like a running back. Playing pass, but understanding that can happen. Rallying to the football and getting him on the ground.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again.
Texas.
The returner will field it and bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short hurry. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Second down, he'll throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
Now improvising. Quickly out to the tight end.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Rifles it down the middle. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Longhorns are marching down the field. He might want another play. To the air. It's Orlando. Here's the pressure. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
I know this guy's had a lot of success running the football early in this game. He's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, but it's like mixed martial arts. You've got to know when to tap out. When the defense has you in a Darce choke, you just got to tap out. This guy's trying to do way too much. The play was...
Makes the grab at the 10. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
And they will score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And this offense looking more and more like themselves. This is what we're accustomed to seeing. Last week, more of a blip, right? 0-1 to start the season. Kind of had some bad vibes, some bad mojo. Bounced right back, putting up a ton of points. And this one is all but over. 1-1 is here for this team.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
Texas.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. And in motion, see how the D reacts. They try to get it outside on the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And he was flat, missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. He's past the 30. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Right down the middle. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit,
you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Now the play fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's 3rd down. You're trailing by so many points right now, and the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
That earlier sack really set them back, but they'll still go for it here. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Well, guys, so far this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Here's a hit. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for it.
Turning it off. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
And this offense has really responded after last week. Last week, man, the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road and win. Come back home, you feel confident, you're in your routine, have answered the bell, took charge of this game late, and looking to go 1-0 this week.
And they tacked on the extra point. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Here's the handoff. Shakes off the defender. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle if you saw it on that play.
Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the tight end. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. And the Buckeyes will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. It's complete on the right side. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Good enough for a first down.
Wants to go up top on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here. And now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play in the fourth quarter.
They go to the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the fourth quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
The Buckeyes decide to punt it away.
On to kick it away.
I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical third down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
From the gun, running back gets to give. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles. Like,
snags it on the right. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Longhorns! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he's going to bring this one out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Back to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Off the play fake. Throwing on the run. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. And they've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Floating away. He'll throw it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, that ball landed incomplete, but you saw the quarterback's speed, and you saw how big of an asset that is for this offense. There was a good pass rush, but he was easily able to avoid the defenders and at least give himself an opportunity.
And he's got it! Touchdown, Texas!
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long when he's been on the field, what personnel group has there been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And the extra point is good. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field?
Texas.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Makes a move. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. How about that return? He may not get credit for a touchdown, but if they can pay it off, that score's set up by the return man. Might be looking to run. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Here comes the option. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Orlando. He's going to fire deep. He's got it down the left side. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
Man, there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee.
Hey, how about this, D? You think they're locked in and dialed into this quarterback and his ability to run the football? You've seen him make plays throughout this game. They know it. They're seeing it, and they're making sure that guy's not going to beat him.
And the quarterback takes a knee. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep pouring over.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.